Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. We're the Garso Twins. I'm Britta.
And I'm Carly.
We would love it if you would subscribe down below and hit the bell so you're notified when we upload. Today we're doing September favorites. There's a lot to talk about. Our April was kind of like a dud. There wasn't
April?
Oh my god, August was kind of, there wasn't a lot of stuff in it. Now we have a lot of things to talk about, so let's get into it. Okay, first I'm going to talk about a hair appliance that I bought. I've been wanting to try the Volume for a while. Raw Beauty Christy tried it, and Casey Holmes, they both loved it. I have really fine hair, so I felt like the volume would help, but it's really expensive. It's over $100, and then I saw people on TikTok saying that the bed had, what is this called?
Something crimper maybe?
Yeah, something like mini crimper, or something. It's gonna bother me, but I'll link it below. Does the same thing, and this was like $20 on Amazon, so I got it. I actually love how small it is. Like, it's very easy to store in my drawer. I just do the medium setting, and I let it warm up for maybe like a few minutes, and it does work. So I don't know how it compares to the Volume because I haven't tried that, but it definitely works. I've tried it where I do like 2 sections on each side, and even that's too much for me. So I usually just like part off like right here at the very top of my head, and I'll just do like a couple, like, you know, like this, and then one back on each side, and it just gives me like a little added volume. So I washed my hair yesterday. I did it yesterday, so I didn't redo it today, but I can still kind of feel it there. So I do think it definitely stays intact. Like, I could add some more today if I wanted, but it definitely works. And if you have fine hair like me and just want it to like appear like you have a little bit more volume, I think this is a great solution. Because I feel like all the reviews of this are people saying they don't like the styling powders that you have to like kind of put on your hair, and I agree. Like, I don't like a lot of buildup and a lot of like the feeling of things on my scalp. So this is a great solution. I think it works super well. If you're doing like an updo, I actually think it would be really, really great to use this to kind of add some like more volume at the crown of your head. So I highly recommend for $20. I feel like it's a good solution at an affordable price point. Okay, I'll talk about this lip gloss I've been obsessing over. I think I talked about it in many videos, but it's a Victoria Beckham gloss in Aperitivo. I'm wearing it right now just with a lip liner, and I just love this gloss formula. It's so comfortable. It's like the perfect amount of shine. It's not sticky at all. It almost feels like a balm. I feel like the pigment level is like a medium pigment, which is perfect. This color is so perfect for fall. I'm just truly obsessed. I won't dwell on it, but I know it's pricey, but I've never found a lip gloss I really liked, and so this is like saying a lot, and I want to get more shades now. But this color specific is so perfect for fall. Like, I just think it's the prettiest like everyday shade. Like, I can wear this with like barely any makeup or like a full face and get a lot of use out of it. Okay, next up is the Naturium Sulfur Spot Treatment 8%. I don't even think I've talked about this yet, but we got this in PR, and I was so excited because I was going to purchase it once it was available on Target, because I've always used sulfur for my like active breakouts. We used to buy just the like 10% pure sulfur. It is like very, the smell is pungent, but it worked really well, especially on like breakouts on my forehead, I would say. So I was really excited to try this because it obviously has other ingredients that help with, it has niacinamide, fermented reishi, anyway, and it's 8% sulfur, so I knew it would work, but it works so well. And I actually love that it's a thinner consistency than the one we'd been using. Was pretty thick. This is pretty thin, so I feel like a little goes a long way. Sometimes I'll just like tap it over as a spot treatment, or if you have kind of like a patch of breakouts, because it's so thin, I feel like you can easily like blend it out over all of them to make sure you're like covering all the acne that you want to get rid of. And it is really strong, so I do notice that the next day, like, I'll have some dry patches from this, but that's pretty normal for me with any spot treatment I've ever used, and this is the most effective. I feel like I had some breakouts on my chin last week, and I used this a couple times, and it got rid of them pretty quickly. Like, they're still kind of there, but they were pretty bad.
Yeah, I have a big one in my forehead, and I used it last night, and I saw a difference.
Yeah, and for the price, too, I feel like this is a really good price point. Like I said, a little goes a long way, so the 15 ml would last you a long time. So if you're looking for a new spot treatment, I think this is the way to go. Okay, another product I'm just so obsessed with. It's the About Face Fluid Eye Paint in the shade Cloned. I love the packaging.
I know. And Elizabeth Makeup on TikTok wore this in like 2 TikToks, and I had it on my list to buy, but it was sold out on About Face for a long time. And then now that they're on Ulta, I like saw the shade was in stock and was pretty shocked because I know it's really popular, so I immediately ordered it. And I just love this. I have it on my eyes right now, like really sheared out, but it builds up to like a deep sort of like burgundy brown, or you can shear it out like this and it's just like a wash of color. And I've literally been wearing it every day since I got it, and like in various ways, like sheared out, layered up, and it looks good no matter what. It does crease a little on me, but that's only because I have the oiliest eyelids. Like nothing doesn't crease on me, and it doesn't crease as bad as others, like especially liquid shadows. And I just am so obsessed. I know a lot of the other colors look pretty, but I really do like the formula and would recommend the formula if there's another color you like. But I would buy this for the color alone because it's so perfect.
Yeah.
It just like, and I have green eyes too, and I think like the little bit of red in it just makes my eyes pop even more. I just have like I haven't been so obsessed with an eyeshadow, I don't think, since MAC Woodwinked, which was like my original like ride or die eyeshadow. I just can't stop wearing it, and you guys should all get it.
Okay, next up are these boots that I got from Mango. Again, truly obsessed. We have to do more from our fall bucket list this weekend, because we made a fall bucket list, and the only thing I crossed off was buy new boots for fall. I got these when Mango was doing, I think, their 30% off sale, so they ended up being less than $50. To me, they look like much more expensive than $50. Like obviously they're not real leather, but they don't look like cheap, you know what I mean? They're kind of this like chocolate brown, like embossed design, and I love. They called them a pointed toe on the website, but I think they're kind of like a pointed square, which I think is really unique. I wish more boots looked like this. I feel like sometimes the square toe can look too wide, so I like that this one tapers, so it like still has that like elongated effect on the foot. They're like a great heel height. They're taller than probably like the Everlane Boss boots that we have, just slightly taller, but they're super comfortable. They look cute with like so many different jeans. I feel like you could even like dress these up if you wore them with like a skirt, like a maxi skirt with like a slit or a dress. I can't say enough good things. I'm literally obsessed. I think they're so cute, and I haven't ever really owned brown boots, so I needed some for fall, and the fact that these were so affordable, I'm like 10 out of 10, everyone needs these.
I have so many makeup items this month. I guess I've been buying a lot, but this is the Kofi, what is it called? I don't know what the actual, Made Match Concealer in the lightest shade, Ice Berry. And I love this concealer. It is so good. I can't decide if I like this more than the Kosas, because that's like my love, like been through like 5 tubes. But I really love this. I think it's like a really good coverage. I think it's more than the Kosas. I'd say it's like medium full. It's like so nice under the eyes. It doesn't look too dewy or too matte. It kind of just like looks like your skin. I today just put on SPF and then put this under my eyes, like kind of on my nose, some on my forehead, and on my chin, and just like didn't wear foundation and just wore this. And I feel like it does such a good job of like blending into your skin and looking like skin, but also covering like a redness or darkness under your eyes. Like it's such a good like skin-like product, and that's so hard to find. I know the shade range is pretty bad. Even I, like the shade like isn't a perfect match for me, but it works. So I do hope they expand, because I'm sure that's like a reason some people might not want to purchase, but it's so good. I'm like so impressed, and concealers never impress me.
Yeah, I know. I'm out of my, which one was I buying? The Fit Glow. So I wanted to buy it. It's still out of stock online, but maybe they have it in store.
Yeah. Does anyone know if this brand is in store? Because
yeah, maybe not.
Our Sephora,
we didn't see it.
Yeah, it's like a huge Sephora, and they carry most brands, and we couldn't find it.
So, yeah, so we'll see.
Yeah. Okay, 2 more products for me. So I have the Ulta Beauty New Heights Lifting Mascara. I swore this was a tubing mascara, like from the description, but it doesn't wash off like a tubing mascara, so I think it's a regular mascara, but it doesn't flake at all on me, and it's so, like, it goes on like thick and black. It's my new favorite mascara. I'm gonna keep repurchasing this until they stop making it. It is so good. It's like the tiniest little wand.
I like small wands like that.
Yeah, it's tiny. It's a molded wand, so it's plastic. And I just feel like it's so black. It's voluminous. It's lengthening. It's super defining, and it like holds my curl all day. And like my favorite part is that it doesn't smudge. Everything smudges on me unless it's a tubing mascara, but I never like how tubing mascaras look on my lashes. Like they never give me enough volume. And this one does. Maybe it is a tubing mascara because it comes off really easy, but I can't really tell. I'm so obsessed. I like truly have found like so many like holy grail products this month. Like these 4 are like in my like top.
And I feel like we're just gonna get more goodness this year.
I know, that's true, but I like truly love this, and it's really affordable. I think it's like $10. And then I purchased the Dew Skin Set because I wanted to repurchase the moisturizer, but I've really been dying to try the serum, the Deliverance serum, and I used Becca Sun's code because she has a code with the brand, so I'll link her code down below because I thought it was such a good deal to buy this set because there's already dollars off, and then use her code. And this is supposed to be like I don't know, it's supposed to like even your skin tone, soothe irritation, minimize fine lines, and like, you know, make your skin more firm. And I'm like all about the anti-aging these days, and making my skin more even. And I've used this for like 2 weeks now, and I feel like I don't notice like a massive difference, but I had like a lot of breakouts, and they seemed to clear up when I started using this. My skin already looks more even. My skin feels really soft when I wake up, and I stopped using retinol while I was using this just in case they reacted because this has niacinamide in it, and my skin can be kind of sensitive to that. That's another thing. Every niacinamide serum has made my skin irritated. This one doesn't do that.
So I probably just have less, maybe.
Yeah, there's 4%, and then I know they have this like cannabinoid complex that's supposed to like really be calming. But yeah, there's a lot of actives in here, and it is pricey, but I really want to see how my skin looks when I'm done using it. But so far, it's really helped my skin, so I wanted to mention it. And it has the loveliest like lightweight texture. Like you could put anything over this, makeup, any skincare product.
Okay, last up are our book favorites of the month. I posted this on Instagram, but I haven't talked about it here yet, but I read The Ink Black Heart by Robert Galbraith. I think this is the 6th book in the series. This is my favorite series. It's about a private detective in London, Cormoran Strike. There's also a show called CV Strike that was, I think, on Cinemax and then was moved to HBO Max. So I think the next season, which is Troubled Blood, will just be on HBO Max, if I'm not mistaken. We love the show. We talked about it before, but these books are so well written. Although 1,000 pages, I'm drawn in from the very beginning and like glued to the pages until the very end. And I don't think I can say that about any other series I've ever read. Like these books just, and I guess I should say it's because I have never been able to figure out who the killer is in any of the books. And I think perhaps it's because they all have so many characters, especially this one. I'll just give you the brief synopsis. It's about 2 founders of a comic called The Ink Black Heart, Edie and Josh, and they are both found in a cemetery. In The Ink Black Heart takes place in a cemetery, and they're both found in Highgate Cemetery. Edie has been killed, and Josh has been stabbed, but he makes a recovery. He goes to the hospital. So they're trying to find out like who killed Edie and why, and they find out that this comic kind of has like a counterpart video game that somebody else had started, and they don't know who the real identity of this person is because they all have like their usernames in the chat. So you're basically like seeing like the people in real life and then trying to figure out who these people are in the game, if they are part of this like multiverse like chat room situation. So I feel like your mind is running the whole time trying to like line up the characters, and then you're also like, well, who killed Edie, because so many people could have done it. And I did not see it coming, but I have to say, neither did Robin or Cormoran, which I'm in this Facebook group for this author and the books, and they stumbled upon who it actually was. So I also liked that aspect, but overall, this story could have been my favorite one thus far. It was so good, 5 out of 5. If you're into like suspenseful, like murder mysteries that aren't real, like I've kind of given up true crime because I can't handle that mentally, but if you like that type of thing but don't want it to be true, like this is the way to go.
Okay, my favorite book of the month is Nora Goes Off Script by Annabelle Monaghan. And this one really surprised me.
Don't like give spoilers because I'm reading it now. We're gonna start it.
Okay. So it's about this lady named Nora, and her husband leaves her, and she has 2 kids. And she seems, actually I don't know if they ever mentioned her age, but she seems like pretty young still. I would say like 40 maybe. And she lives in this like beautiful Victorian home, and she's like a writer that writes for like sort of like Hallmark movie-esque like movies. Like,
oh, she writes for movies. Okay.
Yeah. And then she writes a script about her divorce, and they turn it into like an actual like feature film.
This totally sounds like kind of like the marriage.
The Roughest Draft.
Oh no, I was gonna say from Younger.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, so she writes about it, and they tell her, like, a part of the story is this tea house she has, which is this little, like, I think it's like a greenhouse, kind of like little home outside her home in upstate New York. And so they say, like, they need to film the parts that talk about the tea house at her tea house. So they basically come in for 2 days and film the movie there. And the 2 stars of the movie are, like, very famous, especially the man. I pictured him as, like, the Brad Pitt of, like, this book.
Okay, yeah.
And so they end up filming for 2 days, and he ends up wanting to stay there and, like, asks her if he can stay. And he just needs, like, a break and blah, blah, blah. So he stays, and you can probably see where this is going, but I won't give it away too much. But I literally thought I was going to give this 3 stars when I first started reading it. I was like a lot of this I could not get behind because it seems so unrealistic that, like, this single mom would let a strange man, like, stay in their home. And he didn't stay in the home, he stayed outside, like, in the tea house. But still, I was like, she's, like, a really good mom. Like, there's no way this would actually work. But I was, like, willing to look past it because the story, like, sucked me in so much. And by the end, I gave it 5 stars. And another thing I wrote in my Goodreads review that I found so unique to any book I've ever read is that there wasn't a lot of, like, dialogue or, like, setting the scenes. Like, it would kind of, like, skip ahead so frequently. It'd be like, oh, then we were at, like, the daughter's soccer game, and there would be, like, 1 sentence about it, and then, like, the next paragraph would be, like, the next day. Like, they've, like, moved time forward so much because there was so little of, like, events happening in the book. It's really hard to describe until you read it, but I've just never read a book like this that doesn't, like, go in consecutive order and then kind of, like, talk through all the events happening, and it just sort of, like, glosses over a lot of things to, like, make time go faster. And I really loved it. I really loved it. I ended up giving it 5 stars. Highly recommend. If you liked The Roughest Draft, I think you'd really like this one. They have, like, similar concepts, and really any sort of, like, romance books. I think you'd like this.
Thank you guys so much for watching our September favorites. We can't believe it's almost October. It might be October when you're seeing this video. And we hope that you're having a great fall, a great week, and we'll see you in the next one.